Yes. Hi everyone. So last class we were discussing about like what is GitHub, and we saw that few permissions related issues. So today we are going to resolve that. Along with that, we are going to see how do we exactly perform this version control. How do we use this version controlling, and as well as like we are going to see that how do we exactly use them in a daily life. Okay, so whenever we have some set of things that we are working on code, code related things. So we are, how do we check in, check out, and how do we exactly use this particular code, which is like uh, being working in a kind of like a project where like multiple people will be working on a single project. Okay, so that we are going to see it today. So with this, like we'll be like, trying to conclude this class today, and we'll be completing our Jenkins integration tomorrow. So we'll see that how do we exactly install that Jenkins and all tomorrow. Okay. So now you can see we have this set of projects here. I'll try to take one of these projects, so which is already there in place, right? So here you can see this is what last time we tried to. So sample project, this is the project that we try to just push all the things into the GitHub, and then we try to do some operations on it. Okay. So first thing is like I showed you in terms of like command prompt. Okay. How do we exactly do it? So today we'll try to do it in a different fashion. Okay. So I'll show you like how do we clone the project and how do we do it using the command prompt Eclipse, and how do we clone the project from the GitHub. Okay. So let me go with like one of the projects. So I'm just trying to select. I'm just trying to select one of the projects here. Okay, I'm going to the location, and you can see these are the projects which are available as part of our Eclipse workspace. Okay, I'll go and try to see if we have anything in the Git. So Git is a folder that I've created so that I want to just see that all the projects which are available as part of GitHub are located under this particular folder. Okay, so this is for user friendly. I'm just creating one folder inside and I'm putting it. Okay, so let us consider Autotest 123. Okay, here we don't have this Autotest 123. Yeah, here we have this. It is showing as like master. So we have cloned it. So I'll try to take one of this project here. Let me take sample project itself. Okay, git sample. And we have another project also. It is there in the Git. Okay. So first and foremost thing when we were discussing about the command prompt, so what we did is like we have used some set of commands. Okay, what are those commands actually? Just let me open this paint and I'll show you what are those commands. Okay. So git commands. So generally, when we start with the git init. Okay, so git init is like it's going to create a empty git folder. So within this it will try to track the information like whatever we are pushing or we are pulling, fetching, whatever operations we are performing on the files which are there in this git folder. It will be considered. After that we are going to add the files. Okay, so you can give the file name. Okay, so this is another command wherein you are going to add the files. Okay, so what are the different areas that we discussed about is like one is working, another one is like staging. Okay, so another is like remote. We have a remote repo. So working area is like your Eclipse, and staging area is like your local Git. Okay, all the changes that you are making and want to push it to the remote, that will be available in the local Git. And remote is like this is available in the GitHub. Okay, so it is central repository. We can say that GitHub is a centralized repository. I'll just name it as like a central. Okay, so here what we did, so we just use some commands like git init and git add. So when you add this, so it will be there in the local. Okay. So after this, what you are going to do is like you are going to use a git command. Okay, git commit officer, git commit, and you are going to give the message. So here we are going to give the comments. Okay. So once you git commit, so whatever changes that you have made locally will be available in the staging area. That's nothing but whatever you are making changes here will be pushed to this. Okay. Let me put it here. Okay. So it will be moved to the staging area. So now it is fine, but where do you exactly want to push your changes? Okay, so you have already committed your changes to the staging, but we have to give it to the, we need to specify the remote location. Okay, so for this, we are going to add like remote add, get remote add, and you have to give the branch. Okay, so branch, and then you have to give the URL. So where is that URL, the location? Okay, so this is nothing but I'll just give it as like a GitHub location. GitHub repository location, GitHub repo. Okay, so here what we are trying to do is like we are just trying to create it. Okay, so we are creating a repo. So before that, see what we are trying to do is like here we have the code available and this code is committed and it is moving from working to staging, staging to, then we have to push it to the remote. Okay, so for this we are going to create this remote repo. So here we have like we have created the remote repo and all the code is like it's going to be available for this, right? So we need to push it. Okay, so for this we are going to use like git push, and we have to give the branch name. Okay, so it's like by default the branch name would be like origin -u. Okay, so here this is what we have to give. Once you give the command, so it will be like pushing all the code to the git repository. Okay, so GitHub repository. From here now it is like it is moving from git to the GitHub Central. Okay, your GitHub Central. Let's see that how do we exactly do it. So we have already done these things in last class, but now we are trying to do it. Okay, and now it's like we have some conditions which we have to follow. Okay, so this is kind of like a standards that we need to follow. Okay, so two things that we have to remember. One is like we should have local git area. I mean to say that the project should be there in local. Another one is like we need to create a repository in GitHub. Okay, so that we can push the thing. So first what we do is like initially we are going to create repos in GitHub. GitHub bind, copy, repo location. Okay, so this we are going to do it first. Okay, so this is the first step that we need to do. See, after that, what we do? So we are going to use commands to push your code to GitHub. Okay, so this is like first process. Okay, initial process that we do. So this is like kind of like types. Okay, so we have different types, but type one is like I'm just using type one. Let's say that wave one or type one. Okay, so type one using commands. Another one is like type two. I'm going to use the Eclipse. And next is like for cloning. So this is nothing but we are just creating the repos. Okay, for clone we have different ways. Okay, so for clone we are going to use the GitHub to Git. How do we do it? That we are going to discuss. Okay, so now we are going to use the commands. And so before going with the commands, then first we are going to create the repos in the GitHub. Okay, how do we create the repos in the GitHub? So first what I will do is like I'll just do some set of basic prerequisites that should be there. Okay, so let me just copy and paste it here. I'm going to name it as like git regression suite. Okay, so let me put it as like git regression suite. So this is the name of the repository. I like project or repository, what we can call. Okay, now it's like I'm going to just disconnect everything from these projects. Okay, so which are already there. So I'm just disconnecting so I can show so that I can show you in a cleaner way. Okay, so let me disconnect. Okay, so I'm just editing these projects. Okay, so now what is that we have discussed? First is like we need to install that, we need to have the GitHub account. Okay, so and what are the prerequisites that we should have here is like first we need to have the Git installed locally. Okay, this is our first prerequisites. Another one is like we need to have a GitHub account, GitHub account. So I have installed this Git locally. So where do we get this Git? Otherwise, I'll say that Git Windows installer. Git window install Windows. Okay, so what I need to do is like click on this Git download. Then you can see that here it is available. So when you click on download for Windows, it will show these things. Okay, so what we have to do is like we have to use the 64-bit installer. So portable is not required. We can just go into 64-bit Git for Windows setup. Okay, so once you click on this, it will download, and post the download. It's very easy. Like we need to just go click go. It's like only we have to click all the next and complete the installation. So once you complete the installation, you could able to see that there is a option which it will show as like git bash and git u. Okay, so git bash is like it's a command prompt. Okay, so this is a command prompt kind of thing wherein we have to like we'll be using that commands and we are going to push that. Okay, so this is what the prerequisite, and initially we'll be starting with creating the repository in the GitHub. Okay, so let me just log into the GitHub. So github.com. So it's already there. Okay. So I'll be creating one other repository. Here we have like top repositories, and you can see that there is a new button. Okay. It's a new button. Click on this new button and you can create the repository. Here you can see repository name that you have to give. Okay. So GitHub regression. I'm just going to give it as like GitHub regression. Okay. So after this, you can see if you want to enable it for public, you can put it public. Otherwise, you can make it as like private. Okay. So you can see what are the things that you can. So you put everything as like default and just click on create repo. Once you click on this create repo, it's going to create the repository. So this is the location wherein the repository has been created. Now what I need to do is like you have these options here. See git init, git add, git commit, git branch. Okay, one command that we missed it. We'll try to add that. So we'll go here. Okay, I'm going to open a notepad. Okay, if you remember, see when you start using this, you'll automatically remember those things. Okay, so now it is like it's kind of like a first time that we are doing it. So it's like help you to have these commands shown in the repository once you create a empty repository. Okay, so what it says like git init. So where do we need to do the git init? We need to go to the location of the framework that we want to upload. Okay, so here you can see we have this framework. Go to the more options, like you can go to that location of the project that you want to upload. Okay, get into that and you can see all the files that you want to put it, right? So there we can put it. Okay, let me just remove few things, guys. So don't worry why I'm doing all these things. I'll tell you later. So git bash rm search file repository. It is directly. Okay. Okay, I just removed it. This is like unwanted file which has been created. I'm just deleting it. Okay, so I'm the unwanted folder which is not required for us. So now what do we have to do? We have to click on this show more and git bash. And what is the command that we have to use? First command git init. Okay. So when you say git init, so it's going to create .git folder. Okay. So it's like it can see that empty git repository. So this has been created. So where is it? Where it has created? So it has created here. Okay. So this is nothing but it has some default files in it, but it says like it is empty repository. After this, what is the next command that we have to use? Like git add. So if you want to add a specific file name, that you can use git add and file name. Okay. Otherwise, you can have this command. Okay. So git add -- all. So when you say all, it will add all these files. Okay. It's nothing but now it is like adding. So these files are getting ready to get added to the GitHub. Okay. See, after this, what we have to do? So here it says like git commit, that once you commit, it will move from, so as we discussed, it will move from working area to the staging area. Okay. So it's nothing but we have different areas here. Working areas like working on your Eclipse. When you say commit, then what it does is like it will move that particular files or any changes that you are making to the files from working to the staging. Okay. So now we have to use git commit so that we are making things ready to get moved to the central repository. Okay. Added all files. Okay, added all files. So once I commit here, now you can see that it is creating some modes. Okay, so that's nothing but now it is like all the files which are there in the local are moved to the staging area. Okay, when do we move these files to the staging areas? Like whenever we use the command, whenever they use the command commit, git commit. Okay, git commit and give the message. So now you can see git log. When you say git log, it will show you like what is the commit that you have performed. So now it is pointing to the master. There's a branch which is called as like master. So it is pointing to that master. So who is the author? Srikanth Chincholi is the author. And what is the date and what is the commit comments that we have written. Okay, messages to the commit. So this is a commit ID. Okay. So if you want to see the commit ID, how do we see it? Is like we can just go here. Make sure. It's going to show you what we have added here. Okay, new file mode and what are the things that has been added here. It will show. Okay, git show is like I'm just using one of this commit information, so it is like showing all these things. Okay, so next you can see that. So I'll say quit here. So next is like git log. If you want to see what are the things that we have done so far, it will show you like what is it. It's going to log everything. Okay, so git status, it will show on which branch is like on branch master, on which branch that you have done. Okay, nothing to commit, working, quick clean. Okay, everything is like clean. If you are not committed, it will show you that it's not committed. Okay, so next is like git diff. Okay, so git -. Okay, so okay, sorry, this is a not comment. So git diff is like it will show you like if you have any branches, different branches that you have created. So in that case, what it will do is like it will go and show the differences between different things that has been made changes as part of like branches. Okay, so let's look into this comments, few comments that we are going to use. Like git log is like it will help you to show the commits. Okay, whatever commits that we have done. Git shed is like if something is like still pending for the commit, so it will show this thing. So git difference is like it will show the differences between the branches. Okay, we'll see that when we create a new branches. So now what is that we have to do now? So git we have committed, so we need to create the branch. Okay, I'm going to create a branch called main. Okay, so main or anything that you can create. Okay, I'm just taking it as like a default one. Now we have created the branch. After that, what we have to do is like git remote. This branch should be added to the GitHub. Okay, GitHub. Now you see that. Now you go here, and if you refresh this, there is nothing which has been created, right? So you can see this. We are inside this GitHub regression. But what do you see? We don't have any branches created. Nothing has been created. Okay, so we need to copy this, and here, where do we want to add this branch? Is like we need to add it to the origin. So it says like master origin. So what is that branch that we want to add is like, okay, so we'll take the default one. Okay, git remote add origin. So, and this is like now it is like we have just added the branch. Okay, whatever branch we are calling it as like main is added to the GitHub, but nothing has been pushed it. I mean to say that the code whichever we have locally is not available in the GitHub because we did not push it. Okay, for this what we have to do is like we have to use the push command. Okay, push -u. Where do you want to push this code? Origin main. Okay, so now you see all the code will be pushed. Okay, all the code will be pushed. So what it is doing now? It is pushing all the code. See, after completing this, it will show all the files have been pushed here. Okay, so let's refresh this and see if anything is pushed. Not yet. Okay, let me go to this git bash and we'll see that. So what it is doing now, it is writing this object. So from where it is writing? It is writing from local to the GitHub. So that's nothing but git to the GitHub. See, and now it is saying that it's a new branch main setup to the track origin main. Okay, now you go and refresh it. All the code will be available in the GitHub. Okay, whatever we have inside, like whatever we have in our local, that will be available here. Okay, got it? So what we have to do, we have to use these commands. Okay, so let me just clean up everything. I'm just clearing. Now, what are the commands that we have used? So these are the commands that we have used. Okay, so let me just show you like on which branch you want to like on which branch you are there. So you can check using the git branch. Okay, it will show you like you are in the main. Okay, so how many branches are there? There are like only one branch. Okay, so there are only one branch, that is nothing but default branch. Okay, so we are calling it as like main. Okay, we don't have any other branches here. Okay, now how do we check like how do now it is not there in the Eclipse. Okay, it is not there in the Eclipse, but how do we import this? So we have to go to the file, import. So here we have an option. So existing project are we'll do it from the Git. Okay, so projects from Git. Next, click on next. So you can see existing local repository. Okay, so you have to use the existing local repository. Click on it. It will show you which are the projects which are available as part of it. Okay, so we'll add it. Which project is that we have added? So Git. This is the regression, right? So click on this, add. So next. Okay, now you can see this project is available. So Git regression suite is a local folder. Inside that we have a sample project, and Git regression suite is available in the so this is nothing but GitHub regression. Let's check. GitHub regression suite. Okay, let me just check it here. I'll go to this and I'll see all repositories. So do we have anything here which is showing as like Git regression suite? Okay, but what is that we have just created? So you can see that it is showing like updated 2 minutes ago. Okay, so do we have anything called GitHub regression here? Not. Okay, so no, it is not there. But what it is showing in local is like it is in Git regression suite, and this is nothing but the branch that whatever we have created is like main branch. Okay, so main branch. So main branch, within that main branch it is showing. Okay, so this is the folder and this is the branch that we have created within this folder. Okay, so that's nothing but now it is pointing to the main branch. So now just go to this and you can see here we have the main branch. Okay, so which is like okay, I'll show you what is that now. Why I'm going to the teams. Okay, right click on this project. So if your project which is available in the GitHub, okay, so which is like already we have just created the main branch and we have pushed the code. Okay, and it is available in the GitHub. If it is available in the GitHub, automatically it will show you under the teams. Okay, so how do you find out whether your project is available in the GitHub or not? right click on this, go to the teams, and you can see all these commands will be available. Okay, all these commands will be available, and you can see that on which branch you are checked out, you can see. Okay, it is like it is showing this is nothing but it is disabled. Okay, so it's like you are working on this. Now it's like working tree. I'll show you how do you find out the working tree also. So what I need to do is like here we have, you can see that there is a small magnifier. Okay, so this is nothing but search. Okay, click on this search and you can see the git. You need to comment git repository and you can see that working tree. Okay, the working tree is nothing but all the files which are there available locally will be shown here. Okay, so these files are available, right? So all these files, you can go to this folder and you can see all these files will be available under this working tree. So working tree is like nothing but just whatever we are calling it as like global, that is nothing but working tree. Okay, now you see that what are the branches that we have created. Look, there is a local branch main and there is a origin main. Okay, remote tracking is like origin main. Okay, so now it's like it is showing the git regression suite and main. Okay, so now whenever you are doing any changes here, so we locally do it and then we commit it and then we are going to push it. Okay, first we'll see that how do we exactly make the changes locally and how do we push it. Okay, for example, I'm just trying to take one file, remote WebDriver. Okay, remote WebDriver. So what are the things that we have here? So you can see params, author, and method. Okay, I'll go to my Git repository. Okay, GitHub repository, and I'll open the same file here. Source, main, Java, Git configuration. Now you can see we have the same information here, right? Same information. Now it's like I want to make some changes to this particular file. Okay, now I don't want to have this all methods, parameters. Okay, so this is nothing but Java docs. I've just added a Java doc here. Okay, I'm just saving it. Now when you save it, you can see that there is a greater than symbol. Okay, so greater than symbol, that's nothing but this file has been changed and it is like it has a different version when we are comparing to this version. Okay, so this version of the file is different from the version that we have locally. Okay, so now what we have to do is like just changing these things, guys, so that it will be okay. So this is nothing but Java docs, what we say. Okay, so it will show you whenever we are like, I'm just saving something here. So I want to have only author del and maximize. Okay, let's see that how do we exactly change this now. Now I want to upload these changes. Okay, now I want to have these changes aligned with the main branch which is there in the GitHub. So how do I do it now? Right click on this. Okay, you can right click on the file or you can right click on the project. If you have multiple things that you want to check in, you can do the right click on the project and you can make the changes. If you want to have like this only this file is changed and you want to push it, you can just push it. Okay, right click on this, go to the teams and you need to commit. Okay, so it is as simple as like we are doing it here. See, now we made some changes and we have added, like once you save it, it will be added here. Okay, so I mean like in case of Eclipse, we need not to use these commands. Okay, now it's like commit. Now it's like commit. So what you want to add here is like added. We have removed, right? Removed, unwanted. We are just adding message to the commit. Okay, unwanted Java docs. Now you see when I click on commit. Okay, when I click on commit, it not push it. Okay, when I click on commit, it will show you one information. See, one file is ready to get pushed. Okay, it's like it's available in the working directory. Okay, staging area, not the working directory. Here it is available. So now you can just expand this and you can go to the source, main, Java, git, and okay, so it is like it is available in the staging area. Okay, working area that we have saved and we have committed, right? But it is available in the staging area. We did not push it, so this change is not available yet in the GitHub. Okay, when the changes will get available in the GitHub is like when we push it. Okay, how do we push it now? So we have two ways. One is like we can use the command also. Okay, we can use the command also. Otherwise, we can do it in the Eclipse. Okay, so I'll show you it in the Eclipse first. Now I can see that there's a push branch. Okay, you need not to do this. So what you need to do is like there is a remote push, and you can see that. So from where you want to push it. Okay, origin is like this is the origin. Okay, so this is the origin, and you want to push it from the local. So destination is like Git repository. So this is the destination, right? GitHub regression. Okay, click on next. Now it will search for the changes. Okay, so just you need to add this one. Okay, now you can see it is like pushed. Remove unwanted Java dumps. Okay, so it is saying like we have push confirmation, and you can see this is the repository location. Once you click it, it will open that repository. Okay, now you can go back here. So similar thing. So it is also same and it is also same. So when you click on this, go to this source main. So I'm not using this one. So just I want to show you like when you click on that hyperlink, what it does. So it will open that location. Do you see the change here? So it should be there. Let me refresh. It has added that unwanted comments. Let me just go here and try to refresh this one. Did we make say okay? So let me click on finish. Sorry, I did not click on the finish. So it is like it's showing the confirmation. Okay, after clicking on the finish, now you can see. Again, we'll open that. Sorry, I did not click on that finish. Once you click on finish, it will update all the local changes to the remote. Do you see the changes here? So earlier I did not click on finish. It was showing the old one. Okay. So now this file is changed. Do you see this? This file is like whatever changes that we have made, close it. And you can see whatever the changes that we have made locally are now available in the main branch. Okay. So now, for example, there is another person who is working on this file. Okay. What he has to do is like he has to first to pull these changes. Okay. Now I'll tell you what is the pull, fetch, and all. First is like we have pushed the changes, right? So now we have pushed the changes from local to the GitHub. Okay. Now it is kind of like we have same version of files. Okay. Whatever I have made changes here, we have the same changes available in the GitHub. Okay. That's nothing but this is nothing but a version controlling tool. So this versioning controlling tool will help you to maintain your code. Okay. So locally as well as like in the central repository. Okay. So this is one way of doing this is like type one. Just we use the command prompt and we try to upload the file to the GitHub. So let me go back to my repo here. Now I'm going to create. So I've created many repositories here. Okay. So now I want to create a new repository. That is nothing but GitHub test demo. Okay. So I want to put it public, and here I want to create a repository. Okay. So this earlier we did it with the command prompt. Now what we do is like we are going to do it from the Eclipse. How do I do it from the Eclipse? Is like I'll show you. Go here. So this is like Maven project. We have another Maven project, Ashok IT Maven. So this project I want to upload. Okay. So there are some certain things that we have here. Okay. So which is like part of this particular project. So now, how do I do it now? Now right click on this, go to the teams and share project. Okay. Share project, and it will show you like it's already there. Okay. So it's like we have locally, it has already created. Okay. So it is showing the .git repository. So it is already there. Let me do one thing, guys. So instead of doing this one, I'll try to create a new project here. Okay. So I'll try to create a new project. So go here and you can take some Maven project. So it is loading these artifacts. Okay. So we'll take some quick start. Archetype. Okay, let me just take this one architect and we can check for it. Quick start archetype or something that we have. Maven. I'm just trying to take one simple project. So that is what I'm just searching for the Maven. Maven hyphen git type. We have that one also. We have another project. We can select this one, Maven architect. We start. Okay. So group ID, I'm going to change it as like test demo Maven. Okay. So finish it. We'll try to create a sample project here. And we'll add those POM, whatever we have like pom.xml, right? So existing one. So we'll just copy and paste it over. Okay. So it is like creating a sample project here. Say yes. Very successful. Okay. So now it has created a sample project here. Then go to the pom.xml file. Just want to drag it down so that we can easily see. Okay, we have the JUnit and a few things which are added as part of this. Okay, let me just go here and try to copy the content from this properties. Okay, so all that I want to add it here. Just copy this and you can go to this pom.xml from where we have copied it. So we have copied from the properties, right? So let me just paste it here. And now I'll go to the stop. So compiler, we have this one, this one. Okay, so let me just remove this properties. We don't have any XML file here, right? So I'm going to copy this XML file and I'll paste it here. So under this XML file, we have some set of hello world. So this is nothing but the project that I want to execute. What is that file name? We have app dot. So test file, we can take it. So here we have app test. Okay, app test, and then take this one. So in the tab test, assert row. So this is not required. We'll try to add test ng. Okay. The test ng annotations, and it is also asking me to assert row. So this needs to be taken from the test ng. Okay. So this is what the pom.xml file that we have created a simple Maven project. And let me execute this, and we can see that run as everything goes good, then it should not fail it. Okay, just it should execute that. Okay, so it is passing. We don't have any fail cases here. Okay, so we can go and see in the console. Nothing is written. So just I'll try to add one comment here. Assert row. This is a Maven project. Okay, run it, and you can see will show the Maven project output. Okay, so now we have just created this one. So this is fine. Now I want to upload this file. Okay, so what I will do is like I'll go to the location. So where is it created? It is created under this Ashok Reddy. Okay, so this is fine. Oh, what happened to this? Okay, just created this. Then this one. Test demo Maven. So this is what we have created. Now I will go back. Now, if I want to do it directly, I can go to this team side. You can see that I can share project. I can give the location. So target location, earlier it was giving the target location. Now it is not giving the target location, right? So which location that you want to point in the GitHub. So this is what it says. Okay. So repositories that we have, these are the repositories that we have. Okay. So if you want to create this, once you create it, it will show you like this is the repository that has been created. So there are two things. One is like one, we have created this one. Okay, so now directly we can go to this location, and you can go to this location, and you can open this, and you can do the command prompts. That will work fine. But the thing is like we want to do it from the Eclipse. Okay, so to do it from the Eclipse, what we can do is like we can use the base like GitHub repository. There are like few options which are shown here. You can see that. See, clone a Git repository and add clone to this. Otherwise, it's like add an existing local Git repository to this view. And this is like create a new Git repository and add it to the view. Okay. So what I want to do is like I want to clone this. Okay. Clone is nothing but so now when I click on this. So what is that I want to clone here is like I want to take the location of this. Okay. So where is that location of the Git repository? This is like okay. GitHub test demo. Okay. So what I need to do is like I need to copy this location, and just simply you need to enter this. Okay, enter here. So automatically it will bring all the details. Okay, let me just click cancel. Again, I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'll close this. Click on this search, type Git repository. It will show you this Git repository. Click on this, and you can see the option is like second option if you want to clone it. Okay, otherwise create a new Git repository and add it to this view. Okay, already we have repository created there. Okay, so what we want to do is like I want to clone it. Clone is nothing but copy it. So just cloning. See, now it is like I want to point it to this. Okay, so this is nothing but URI. So which repository I want to point it. So this is the repository I want to point it. Next, click on next. Next. Now you can see the directory. So destination directory, this is destination directory. So local directory, what is that we want to point, which project that we want to point is like I want to point to this location. So test demo. Let me go to this test demo. So where is that located? An Eclipse workspace. Not allow me to do this. Let me just take this from your location. It's fine. Ashok IT2. Okay, so this is the location. It is already there. Let me just we have multiple projects here, so that is the reason why it is pointing to one of this repository. Let me do one thing. So which is that repository that has recently added. So this is the repository, right? I'll just disconnect this. If I disconnect, so master, it is pointing to some repository here also. Okay, so this is not the one. Let me just do it again. Clone it. So this is local repository. I'm going back and I'm trying to copy this, paste it. Git source is empty. Okay, we have master branch, right? Okay. It should show me here. We have multiple projects here, so it is like pointing to something that local repository. But let me just take this and I'm just changing the local repository. Okay. So this is what the repo. Okay. See, now it is like already it has created something. It is pointing to that location. Let me point to this location. So in this folder and next click. So what it says, like an error occurred while pointing to this incorrect URL, no network connections or get misses. Okay, .get is like not, we have not created anything. Okay, so let me do one thing. Now we have created that one, right? So we have created and we are trying to, like we have already have created the repository and now we want to clone it. So that way is like we can just go here and we can clone it. Okay, I'll show this clone in the next one, only with the one project. Okay, for the existing project, I'll try to clone this. Okay. Now it's like repository, it is asking me to add the repository. So which repository that you want to add it. So here we have already created the repository. Let me create one of this repository. So this test demo project is already there. So I'll go to the Git. And here I'm going to have one repository created. Okay. So Git is already there. So here I'm going to make a new folder. This is test demo. Okay, I'll take this one. So it is only the thing is, guys, we are just moving that project. Okay, so we are just moving that project. So here, if I create this Git test demo, what it does is like this project will be moved inside this .git. Okay, it's like it will be moved into this Git. Okay, so when I click on finish, now you see. Now it is pointing to that master. Okay, test demo master, but the location now you can see it is moved from. So from where it is moving now, it is moving from that Ashok IT2 to Git. So it's like we are trying to map this particular file. So no particular project to the Git. So like, you know, I mean to say that I'll just go with the example here. I'll show you. So what exactly happens is like this. So here we have a project. Okay. So here we have project in the Git repository. So now what it does is like we want to just, you know, clone this project. So to clone this project, what we can do is like we can directly clone this project to the local. Okay, so this option is like I'll show you in the other project. Okay, with one project. Now it is like we have already created a project, and this project I want to push it to this remote. Okay, so for this, what we have to do is like we have to provide the local location and we have to provide the remote location. Okay, local location, what I did is like instead of directly providing the local location of this project, I'm just creating the Git folder. I'm just copying this Git project into this Git folder and I'm connecting it to the remote. Okay, so this is what it happened. Okay, now you see that when I go here, you can see now it is like nothing, we have just changed everything. Nothing has been like, when you just go here, nothing has been pushed yet. Okay, nothing has been pushed yet. So the reason is like we have just connected that one. Okay, so when you just right click on this, you can see these options are still not available. Okay, still this option, like all options are not available. So when you go here, it is like you can see new branch. So it is not that we have created the project locally and we have mapped it to the GitHub, the repository, which is already created, but we did not see anything uploaded there because we did not commit anything. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is like I'll change something here, then I'll push it, then you can see the code will be available. Okay, I'm just deleting this. Okay, let me add few things here. I'll just saving it, go to this, and you can go to the commit, select all of these files here. And files. Already shared this, right? So you can see this showing repository view, demo test, and remotes. Remotes are not yet created. I'm just trying to commit it, adding all these files and trying to commit it. Okay, let me drag and drop here. Let me try to do it again, guys. So it should work actually. So let me disconnect it now. I'll go and try to attach share project and Git repository. So it is taking from where we are taking is like Git repository that we have. This is the Git. And you can go here and can check this one also. Like go back to this and go back to the Git repository. And you can see there is a test demo. Inside that we have test demo. Okay. Do you see this? It has created GitHub repo. Let me just delete this one, guys. So this is causing the problem actually. So it should not create it. I'll just remove this one. So whenever if you want to remove any file, then we have to use this command. Okay. Git start. Editing this one. Okay, I need to. It's already pointing to this location. I need to exit from this Eclipse. I'm just deleting this folder. So what is that? This section cannot be completed. This is opened by the another file. Okay, so I need to close this one. So Git demo Maven, and you can see this is the project that we have. Let me open this Eclipse. So it is. If we have only one project, then what? See, we have created multiple .gits there. So that is the reason why it is like trying to point the existing one. Okay, so but that we should not do it. So I'll try to take another Eclipse, new workspace there. I'll show you like how do we execute it. Now I'm trying to connect to the GitHub, which is already there in that from this project, okay, which I have created here, right? So now it's like I'm going to connect it. Right click on this and you can go to the teams, you can share the project. Here you can see from where we are trying to connect. This is the project that we are trying to connect. Okay, so it's already there. Let me finish it. Now go to the teams and commit. Okay, so now it has been added. Okay, there was some glitch here. So let me just edit this one. Okay, I want to remove that one. So that is nothing, but it will, when I just added this, it's going to remove that file. We have that here. Okay, now commit and push. Origin has encountered headmaster. What is that? Cannot connect to the repository. Okay, so now let me go here and try to push master branch. Origin is like I'm going to give the origin location. So where you want to push it is like you want to push here. Copy it and you can paste it here. Now it is like it is creating a new branch. Okay, click on it. It shows like all the branch has been pushed to this GitHub repository. Okay, so it's like, let me just go ahead and try to refresh here. See, all the details are here. Test demo Maven. Okay, so what is happening in this case? In this case, guys, earlier there was like one other folder. Within that folder, we have a Git. So it was tracking that one. But now when you see that this is pointing to this Git, like local Git, and you can see that what are the branches that we have created is like inside local, we have this one, and remote is like this one. Let me just refresh this and it should show you the remote repository also. So where is that? Refresh this. Let me just refresh. Now I'm going to go to the teams. I'll add something here and then I'm going to commit it. Okay. Whenever you make changes, now this file will be available here. Okay. So this is nothing but untracked changes. So this is like it is available in the staging area. It is available in the working area. So add it, and after that you can just say that added some commands, otherwise some statements. Okay. Now when you commit it, it will be moved from working to staging area. Okay. Some staging to remote area, what we have to do, we have to push it. Okay. So we have two options, commit and push. If you say commit and push, it will take your changes from local to staging, staging to remote. Okay. So when you push it, it will show you all the comments that whatever we have done is like pushed to this. Okay. So click on close and you can go and see what are the changes that we have made. Okay. So here, so this would be like, kind of like, first time when you do it, it will be little tedious, but the thing is like when you start practicing it, it will be easy for us. Okay. So yeah, here you can see that we have this comments added. So let me push branch. I'm just pushing everything. I can see that test demo master. It is showing like test demo master. So now if I just remove anything, I made some changes, right? So now you can see that it is showing like greater than symbol. Okay. So now I'm going here. Go to the teams. Now you see that it is showing. Now when you just close it, it will show like these are like staged for it. It's like ready to commit. Okay, ready to get committed. So in that case, it will show is like star mark. So if any changes are there, but it is not tagged it, in that case, what happens is like it will show greater than symbol. Okay, now it's like greater than symbol. After this, there is another symbol, it will show. Okay, if I see now, if I make any changes to this particular file, okay, now you can see the change here. See, it is showing greater than, and this is like, it is showing star. It's nothing but it is tracked, it is untracked. Okay, when I right click on this, go to this teams and click on commit. Now you see that automatically it will be marked as like star. It's nothing but now it is getting tracked. So I'm going to commit the changes. Commit changes. Commit and push. Okay, so this I did with the existing project. Okay, let us take like we have a workspace within that workspace, we have only one project. Let me just go to one of these workspace here. Let me switch to this. It's already switched, right? So we looked into a command prompt, and other one is like we looked into like in Eclipse, which if we have already existing project, in that case, what we can do. Okay, here also we have a lot of projects here. Let me try to create one project. See, all these projects are already. So if you have anything like this, you can see this is like pointing to that remote repositories. Okay. So let me take one project from here. Okay. Otherwise, I'll create one separate workspace. So which I don't want to do it, but let's see that if we can have the existing also, it should not cause, but we should be careful which particular project that you want to upload. Okay. In case of like, this is for the practice that we have a lot of project, but in case of one project, you can see that only one project will be available. Okay. So for example, this project is already there. Okay. Ashok ID project is already there. So let me right click on this and see to which you can see this is like it is available in the master branch. So if you want to see to which it has been to which project, which repository it has been mapped, there you can see that in this. Okay. Show history, it will show all these details. Okay. So you can see project added to this which location it has been added, and it will show you. Okay. So you can see Yahoo dot. So this is the user, and you can see Srikanth, origin, repo, and master. So these are the things which are there as part of this. Okay. So when you click on this, it will take you to that. Let me just repo, and it will show you what are the changes that we have. Okay. So let me just close this one. Let me go here, and I'll try to create one more project here. Maven project, right click, Maven project. It will be quicker. So next is that we have taken archetype. Okay, so this is what we can take. So these are like simple projects which have been created. Test Maven demo. Just naming it as like test Maven demo project. Copy this and paste it here. Click on finish. Yes. Been successful. Okay, project has been created now. I'll go here. Now here you can see we have options here, new repository, or you can go here and you can click on this new your repositories. Okay, once you click on it, you can get the new repository. Okay, so here I'm going to give it as like Maven. I'll give Maven demo GitHub project. Okay, I'm doing it in other way. Okay, so the first one is like we did it from the command prompt, and second one is like we have already existing file. Then we try to just update that particular, like that's the thing. But we are connecting GitHub to the project which is already there in the Eclipse. Okay, now it is like another way we can clone this project. Okay, so let me create this. Now we got this, right? So we need to copy this and let's put it somewhere here. So let me just paste it here. Now we have this project. Nothing has been uploaded. Okay. But we have a project here. Now I want to like, connect this Eclipse to the GitHub. One is like I can directly go and share this project and I can give the path like, repository, which is like we can create the repository. In that repository, I can just push this project and I can connect it. Okay. So when I just click finish here, so what it does is like it's going to create repository file. Inside that you can see test Maven demo project will be there. Okay. But I don't want to do that one. Guys, just give me a second. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah, Samsung. Back. So here now we can see that so we have the project here, and the other thing is like we have the repository which we have created here, which is available. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is like now if I try to do it, go here, go to the teams and share project. So directly it will. So as we discussed, like it's going to ask you to create the repository so that it can just connect this repository. So .NET .git is not yet available. Okay. So it's like .git is not available yet, but this is like it is still trying to point it. So if you want to share anything, it should .git should be available here. So for this, what I'm going to do is like I'll just try to yeah, so I'll try to delete this. Okay, so don't delete this project from this location. Just copy this location and we can connect it. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so now we go to this Git perspective. That's nothing but yeah, Git repository. And here, what you want to do is like you want to clone that project. Okay. So clone this project. So now go here and let me have this two things pasted here. One is like, so what is this Git repository? So Git repository is like, this is available in the GitHub. So I'll paste it here. Now click on next. So source Git repository is empty. So I can give the location of it. Let me go. So we have this folder which is available, and this is host, and this is it should be pulled back. Let me just click on this next. Add an existing Git repository to clone. Okay, let me take this one. Otherwise, I'll just create a new file. Maven demo. So this is also not required, guys. Actually, that directly it should take it. But I think I'm just missing one step out here. So because when I just click on this URI, URI is nothing but it is asking me to give the location of this particular Git repository, so which is there in the GitHub. So when I give it, so it should take this, and it is searching for one of these repositories. Because we are not pointing to anything, right? So that is the reason why it is not allowing me to create this locally. So for this, we have one option is like directly I can create the project here. So which is already there. Let me just go here, and we can use this option, guys. Okay. So let me not go with that. I think it's like we have to create one other project, and then we have to clone it, when we have to connect it, and after that we have to import that project. So let me do it directly here. I'll import the existing project from this existing Maven project, and I'll try to connect this one. Existing Maven project, browse, Maven test demo, select this project, finish it. Now when I click on this, so if I need to clone it, I should have that project, which is like, I should give the local repository so that it should just go and clone the details. Okay, let me just do one thing. I'll try to do it here itself. Going to create here Maven demo. So it is like default branches like master branch. It is asking me. Now when I click on this finish, so now this is like pointing to that particular location. So let me just go to this teams, commit, and add all of them to the staging area. Then added all files, commit and push. Okay, before committing and pushing, I want to see that do we have anything here? Nothing, right? So now I'll go and commit and push it. Maven demo has encountered a problem. What is that encounter? Cannot connect to the repository. So why we can't connect to the repository is like, see, we should go and check whether we have this .grid created or not. Okay, branches we have like local branch, and here we can see that remote branch is not tracked in. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me go here and push it. Maven team push branch. Okay, so I'm just pushing this branch. When I say it is like, when I say push, it is going to push all the code here. Okay, so the thing is like, guys, one thing that we are missing connection is like, if I'll show you on a paint so that you can easily relate it. Okay, so we have this is Git. Okay, so let us take like this is the Git, and we have like a here we have a Git repo. Let me just type this one is like this Git, and we have a Git. Okay, so to track GitHub, sorry, let me just remove this one. GitHub. So to track this, so for example, we have a project here, okay, and we have a repository which we have created. So what I was trying to do initially is like I am trying to just clone this project to the Git. But if that project is not available in the Git, so how can I clone this project to the Git? So that is the question that we had here. Okay, it was asking me to create the local repository, but already I have the project here. I have the repository here. So now what I can do is like I can connect to this project directly. So that is the thing, but that we have done here. Okay, so we have a project in the Eclipse already loaded, and we have repository here, and we just created. So we can connect it easily. Okay, that's the thing, but we are sharing the projects and we are doing it. So we did it using the existing project, and we have created the new project, and we have done with the UI also. Okay, so what I was trying to do here is like I was trying to create a repository, and directly I want to just clone it to the Git, but it is asking me that where is that local project that you want to clone. Okay, where is that local project that you want to clone? If it is not there, what I did is like directly I have just imported one of the project here, and I just provided location to it. That's nothing but I just right click on this, I just went to this file and the import. Import and the existing Maven project. I've just used that Maven project, right clicked on this into the team, and after that I share the project. So after sharing the project, now it is like I'm just giving the URI. So what is that URI that I have given? This is the URI that I have given. So now it is like this project is connecting, this local project is connecting to the Git project. Okay, so this is how we'll be doing it. But the other way is like directly we can clone it. Okay, so clone it. After that, we'll be giving the local location. Okay, so now you see that how do we do this? Now it is like the project is ready. Okay, now I have created a project. I am asking you to clone the project. So there is no project in your local machine. Okay, there is no project in your local machine. Now I'm going to see. I'll disconnect this project. I'll delete this one. I'm not going to hard delete it. I'm just going to delete it. Now it's like I told you like, yes, I'm ready with this, and take this URL and clone this project. So what do you do now? You have to go to this, and you can see there is like options HTTPS, SSH, and GitHub CLI. So I'll take the HTTPS, copy this. Okay. Now what you need to do is like you need to search for this Git repositories. Come here and you have an option here. See, add an existing local Git repository. So you don't have this one. So we have like clone a Git repository and add it to the add the clone to this view. Okay, so this is nothing but this is the one that we have to use. Okay, so I will click on this. Directly it is taking the options. Click on the next. So it is like which branch from which branch you want to clone is like master branch. Okay, click on next. Now we'll get the local location where you want to clone this project. Okay, so here I'm going to take it as like my new project. Okay, my new project initial branch is like it is the initial branch. Okay, so from where what is the name of it is like remote name. So click on finish. Now we see that what is that we got my new project. Okay, my new project. So you can see the local branch is like created. This is a master branch, and this is like we have a remote branch. Go to this location, go to the properties, and you can see where is that project located. See, it is located under the Git. Okay, it is located under the Git. Close it. Go here and go to the import, and you can see there is the option Git. Okay, Git. So project from Git. So you can have like local repository which is already there. Okay. So what is that? This is the repository. Click on next. Click on next. That project will be available here. So this is nothing but cloning of your projects. Okay. So now you want to clone only this Git Maven demo project. So right click on this, delete it. Again, go back to this file, import it from repository, local repository. You can take this. And take this. So what is that project that we want to import is like this is a project. Okay. So but the .kit is created somewhere else. Let me just go ahead and click on it. So it is asking you to provide this .kit. Otherwise it will not use that one. So next project is already created. Okay. So it's already created. So that is the reason why it is not allowing me to do that one. I'll go to this Git location. You can see that there's a my new project which has been created. Okay, so let me delete this one. And now go to this, click on next new project. What is the name of that project? Is like my new project, right? So click on finish. It will be available here. So if we have the dot project, then what it will say that this already project is already there. So you cannot create it. So what I did is like I've just deleted that one. Okay. So but the thing is like, what is that we should have like Git should be created inside this. Okay. So because we want to have the track of this information. So what I can do is like I can just go here and delete the repository. Okay, this is like another thing, guys. Okay, so this is like what we are trying to do is like I'm just trying to create the repository again. Okay, so click on this, the clone repository. So next, inside this, I want to have like my new project, or if you want to take that already, if you have that project here, you can take this one. Okay, so where is that Git? Go to the Dell, not Dell, sorry, I have like users, this Dell, and after that we have Git Maven demo, right? So which is that we have created. So this is the project that I want to create. Otherwise, I can create a new file, Maven demo test. I'm going to give this one. Open this. Over here and try to get this. Refresh this. Right. Back. Next. No users. So what I'm trying to do is like now I want to clone that project from GitHub to the local. Okay. So for that, what I've done, see, I'll just show it again. So go to this. So we have like already Maven demo, which is showing here, right? So I want to just delete this one, delete the repository, deleting. Now click on this clone. It from where you want to take it. So this is the project, right? Just copy that code here, come here and give the URL. Okay. So this is the URL. Automatically it will take everything. So click on next. It will show like from which branch you want to clone is like master branch. Okay. Click on next. I can see it's already showing this one. Okay. Let me clean up this Maven demo project. So which is already there. Yeah. Maven demo GitHub project. Okay. So what it is trying to do is like it is trying to create the same thing, but okay, so this is a folder that we have, like, yeah, this is a folder that we have, which in the wherein the project is located. So you can go here, you can see. So you can see, okay. So it's like Maven demo GitHub project. Inside that we have a test Maven demo project. Okay. So what I want to do is like I want to just have this T folder. It is showing project. Let me just create it. So if I create this one, .git folder will be like, you know, whatever we have like .git folder will be created inside this. Okay. So I just don't want to have that one. So I want to have it outside of it. So that is the reason why I'm just trying to do it. Otherwise we can see that if I can change that one, I'll change it. Okay. So now you see that we have a Git Maven project. Come here and you can see file. Now it is like repository is mapped. Okay, repository is mapped. So from where it is coming, see, local repository is this one and the remote repository is like this one. Okay, so now we need to get that project inside this, right? So it is there in the Git repository, but it is not there in the Project Explorer. To get it in the Project Explorer, right, click on this file and you can see there's the import option and you can go to this Git option. Okay, so Git is like folder, inside that you have project from Git. Click on next. So when you click on this next, it will show you like existing local project in clone URI. So we need not to use this clone URI, we have to use this existing local repository. Go here and you can see that this is the project. Okay, click on next. So it will show you like this is the working tree directory. Inside that we have a test manager. Okay, so let me have this. Okay, import projects, new wizard. Okay, so import as a general project. Okay, we need not to use any options here. Click on next. Project name is like, I'll just give, what is the project name? Test. So this is the project name. Okay, so I'll copy it and I'm going to give the project name. Inside that we have this project. Okay. This is the file. Okay. So this is how we'll be cloning the project files. Okay. So when I give the project, so directly you need to copy this location and inside that you have to clone your project. Okay. So copy this and directly go to this search button, select for this GitHub, Git repository, and you can just select this clone a Git repository. Click on next, and it will ask you for the local one, add it. And after that, you need to just go to this file, then import, then select this option here, Git from project from Git, and select the existing repository, select the repository, click on next, and it will get loaded here. Okay, so here you can see this project is also connected to the project IT project, like Ashok IT project. Okay, now it is showing like in which folder it is there and what is the project. Okay, so tomorrow we'll connect guys and we'll try to see what are the different things that we perform as part of our project. Okay, today we try to see that what we have tried is like we tried from the command prompt and we tried from the existing project and we tried to clone the project from the GitHub. Okay, please watch this video again and you will understand like few things that we have, like I try to show it, but it's not working as expected. But here you can see that I cloned the project and I try to push my local changes to the GitHub. And other thing is like I try to show you like I showed you about like command prompt. How do we use it exactly? Use that command prompt for putting your project inside the Git and Git to the GitHub. Okay. Okay, guys, let's connect tomorrow and we'll try to.
So.
Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, please practice this, guys, and we'll try to. Again, you can ask me some questions about it. Like tomorrow, we'll connect, and you can just check this video and let me know if you have any doubts. Okay.
So actually, I have some doubts, sir. In Git commands, I want to try to do all commands, sir, but it's not creating .git files, sir. So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, today you can just try to follow this video. Actually, I mean, like I already showed you, right? So you try it for today, and otherwise you can stay back and we can connect.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. Let's meet tomorrow. Maybe you can stay back.
Yes. Okay, sir.